Have you ever felt that the world was built for the naturally gifted, for those who sprint through life with effortless grace, leaving you to wonder if your own slow, steady pace could ever truly matter? I want to tell you a story you think you know, but I want you to hear it again, as if for the first time. Because within its simple frame lies the most profound secret to achieving the impossible. This is the tale of two figures who lived in the sun-dappled meadows of the Whispering Valley. One was Swift, a rabbit whose speed was the stuff of legend. He was a flash of white lightning, a creature born with an abundance of talent, and he knew it. His every movement was laced with a casual arrogance, a certainty that he was destined for greatness. The other was Stedman, a tortoise. Stedman was not defined by his gifts, for he had few that the world would celebrate. He was methodical, deliberate, and his greatest asset was a quiet, unshakable resolve that burned within his ancient eyes. He understood that the journey from one point to another was not a miracle, but a process. One day, filled with his usual bravado, Swift publicly mocked Stedman's slow and plodding nature. "I could run to the great oak on the horizon and back 100 times before you even crossed the starting line," he boasted to the listening animals. Tired of the constant ridicule, Stedman replied in his calm, even voice, "Your talent is undeniable, Swift, but a gift unused is no gift at all. I will race you to the great oak." A wave of laughter rippled through the meadow, but the challenge was set. Here we see the first great lesson unfold before the race even begins: the poison of complacency. Swift's immense talent had become a gilded cage. He saw his speed not as a tool to be honed, but as a guarantee of victory. He had already won in his mind, and so the actual effort of the race seemed like a mere formality. Arrogance is a fog that blinds you to the road ahead, making you believe you've already arrived at your destination. It whispers that your potential is the same as your achievement, a dangerous and deceptive lie. The race began. As expected, Swift exploded from the start, a streak of pure energy disappearing over the first hill in a matter of seconds. He was magnificent, a perfect picture of innate ability. Stedman, meanwhile, took his first step, and then another, and another. He didn't look at the cheering crowd or the dust cloud left by Swift. His focus was singular and absolute: the path directly in front of him and the distant silhouette of the great oak. This is the second lesson: the power of unwavering focus. While Swift was distracted by his own ego and the applause of the crowd, Stedman was engaged in the only thing that mattered: the work itself. He understood that the finish line is not reached in a single glorious leap, but by the accumulation of 1,000 small, unremarkable steps. His slow pace was not a weakness. It was a testament to his discipline. Collis ahead, Swift found a shady spot beneath a willow tree. The sun was warm, the breeze was gentle, and the thought of Stedman toiling far behind was amusing. "I have so much time," he thought. "I'll just rest my eyes for a moment." This is where complacency blossoms into failure. He fell into a deep, comfortable sleep, dreaming of his inevitable victory. But while the gifted slept, the persistent worked. Stedman continued his journey. The sun beat down on his shell. His muscles ached with the strain of the long path, and doubt surely whispered at the edges of his mind. Yet he did not stop. His journey was a quiet rhythm of resolve, a continuous effort that honored the goal he had set. This is the heart of the story, the most vital lesson of all. Perseverance is the engine of success. Talent may give you a head start, but it is consistency that carries you across the finish line. The world is full of talented people who gave up. True success belongs to those who, like Stedman, show up every single day, especially when it's hard, especially when no one is watching. Eventually, Stedman passed the sleeping rabbit. There was no gloating, no moment of triumph. He simply continued on his path, one step at a time. When Swift finally awoke, the sun was low in the sky, A jolt of panic seized him. He tore across the landscape, his speed a desperate, frantic blur. But it was too late. As he crested the final hill, he saw a small, steady figure crossing the finish line at the base of the great oak. We are all, in our own lives, a blend of Swift and Stedman. We have moments of incredible talent and energy, and we have the capacity for disciplined, consistent effort. The story isn't about shaming the rabbit. It's a warning against letting our inner Swift tower arrogance, our complacency, our tendency to be distracted sabotage our journey. The true inspiration is to awaken our inner Stedman, to embrace the idea that small, consistent efforts compounded over time will always outperform lazy, intermittent genius. The race of life is not a sprint, it's a marathon of moments. And it is won not by the swiftest, but by the steady, one step at a time.